visuals actually tell you the real story, how situation is getting worse moment by moment, and in fact now it has started to drizzle once again. Now these are the flood plains from where we are coming to you right now. This is the Yamuna Bazaar area, and in fact you can see not only one but multiple boats are being used by the localites over here to actually empty their homes, and in fact they were stuck at this very spot from late last night when in fact water levels receded unprecedentedly over here. And in fact you can see in these visuals the water is almost 4 to 5 feet deep over here, and in fact you can see over there this is river Yamuna, which is actually flowing at in a very aggressive manner over here. In fact, when we talk about river Yamuna on general days, this river is relatively calmer in the national capital, but with the increased rainfall in the upper catchments area, the dam water has to be released, be it from the Hatni Kund barrage and in fact from other dams, and then this water is coming to these very plains, and now this entire place is inundated in water. Now, one thing, there are not only this that the water has come here, but other things to worry about is that there are a couple of things which these people, local people fear. First of all, the construction of this certain construction in these areas are approximately 100 years old, and in fact earlier when we were reporting, we actually showed our viewers that how certain walls were collapsed in this area. Now they fear the very same thing. They say that if the water continues to recede, there are many more construction sites, which many more buildings which could actually collapse. But right now the other very important thing to understand is that since the water has come here, there is a lot of also aquatic life which has come inside this very place, and in fact the locals have complained that they have seen certain animals also in these waters. You can see this is a very famous temple over here, and a lot of devotees used to come at this very place in usual time, and this very temple is almost submerged into water. And not only human life, but in fact animals are also being affected. You can see how this dog is stuck on the roof of this very temple. So the life has taken a altogether different hit here, and that's why the authorities have swung into action at this very place. But the locals say that nobody from the civic bodies have come inside this place. These people are helping each other only to do the entire evacuation work. This gentleman over here actually he's helping all the locals.
वो काम हम कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर. दीवार थी, अभी कोई मर जाता उसको मैंने गिराई, कितने लोगों को बचाया. सरकार 2 दिन से कह रही हम गिराएंगे, अभी तक दीवार नहीं गिराई.
नहीं तो इतनी खराब हालत आखिरी बार कब देखी थी आपने?
ये 2010 के अंदर देखी थी.
तो अभी आप कब से, कल रात से मेरे ख्याल से आप लगे हुए हैं?
परेशान हो रहे, तखत बह गया हमारा और सामान हमारा बह गया. सुबह
सामान ही बह गया.
हाँ.
तो अभी तक कितने लोगों के घर खाली कराने में मदद कर चुके हैं?
अरे 4-5 घर खाली करवा दिए हैं. पहले भी कितने लोगों को जान मतलब डूबने से बचाया मैंने.
Well, so this is the word coming from this gentleman, how he's helping many people to actually evacuate their homes, but he says that the situation is real bad, and right now they want all the support from the authorities. The water level is continuously increases. It has already breached the danger mark, which was 205.33 mm. Now the water is somewhere around 207 mm to 208 mm. So the problems for these localites living in the low catchment areas or the flood plains is only increasing with each passing moment. They don't have proper supply of food over here. They also say that now, since the media has done a lot of extensive coverage from this area, now they say that from the authorities side, now they have gotten some relief which was given to them since yesterday, but before that they were struggling, and now also they are struggling just to actually empty their homes. And in fact, if we go by the IMD's prediction, the IMD has predicted more rains in the area, and not only in Delhi but in fact in states like Haryana also. The IMD has said more rains could actually occur in a scattered manner. So it is not like that situation. This situation will die down soon, but this situation remains to be grim. And in fact, what we can tell you from the current situation over here, that it is becoming very tough for these people to actually sustain their lives. And in fact, most of them have left their home, but some are still stuck on the other side. And they say that thankfully there is no loss to life or any sort of damage reported to any human life, but still the situation remains grim. And in fact, they are actually they are saying to the authorities, after water was actually more water was actually released from the Hatni Kund barrage earlier, and in fact now somewhere the water flows above the danger mark, which is the 205.33 mark. Now the water somewhere is around 207 mm. So this is the situation. In fact, we are right now on a boat, and with this you can only imagine how the people are forced to actually use boats in this very area. That particular side you can see is this particular construction is built on a little bit higher level, so people are easily they are able to walk on these roads, and in fact you can see they are actually taking out their essential goods from their houses, and in fact they are moving it to the safer zones. On the other side of this building, in fact of this very wall, there are certain relief camps which have been set up by the authorities over here, and these people who've been living here have shifted mostly to these places. Now water, you can see the situation over here, and in fact the water on this very side of the of this very wall is approximately 4 to 5 feet, and in fact now there are added in fact fears which have like the added fears which the people are actually people are fearing certain things, including the free flow of electricity, but the people have maintained that electricity have been cut in this area. So right now what is also happening is that some of the people have also complained that some aquatic animals have also come into this very place, and in fact a gentleman was just telling some time back that he also saw a small alligator in these waters. So this is not just about how water has actually receded inside these very areas. You can see this is a famous Hanuman temple over here at Yamuna Ghat. On a regular day, a lot of devotees come to this very spot to actually pray. But now you can see the Hanuman idol is also immersed under the water. So the situation remains very grim over here. Now the authorities, on the other hand, have also maintained that the rains will be more in these areas, and in fact if the rains will increase in the upper catchment area, then the authorities in Haryana and other states have to actually release water, and then eventually water will enter these places. Yesterday when we came to this very place, the water level was somewhere around to our heel levels, not more than that. But now we can't even go inside this water because this water is actually very high. Now you can also see people behind me, they are lining up just to actually take out their stuff from their homes to actually move to the safer location. And in fact I have this gentleman who agreed to take us on the boat. इतनी खराब सिचुएशन आखिरी बार कब देखी थी?
आखिरी 2010 में देखी थी।
2010 में तो कल रात को इतना पानी नहीं था, अब पानी बहुत,
कल भी पानी आया था, उसके बाद फिर उन्होंने बोला कि शाम को उतर जाएगा, हम लोग धोखे में रहे, उसके बाद फिर पानी बढ़ गया, हमारा सामान फंस गया, सामान निकालेंगे, भाई को फोन करा उसी बात।
अंदर कोई लोग तो अब फंसे नहीं है?
हाँ सामान फंसा, मम्मी भी है और सामान निकालना है।
मतलब सामान भी फंसा है, लोग भी फंसे हैं?
लोग तो फंसे नहीं, सामान के चक्कर में बैठे हुए, सामान फंस गया हमारा, वो निकालना, फ्रिज टीवी है, पलंग है, सड़ रहा पानी के अंदर, कपड़े सारे गले हो गए।
तो कोई मदद करने सिविल डिफेंस के लोग या कोई आया?
लगे हुए नीचे, सामान निकालने कोई नहीं आया, अपने आप ही निकाल ले हम लोग।
अच्छा, आप ये भी बता रहे थे यहाँ पे कुछ कंस्ट्रक्शन और जो घर बने हुए हैं वो भी काफी खराब हालत में है।
टाइम के हमारे सारे घर जो है ना अंग्रेजों के टाइम के बने हुए हैं, तो छत पर चढ़ने में भी डर लगता है हमारे को, क्योंकि गिर ना जाए।
नहीं तो अब फिर क्या आगे क्या करेंगे आप? क्योंकि जो बोला ये जा रहा है बारिशें और होंगी, पानी और आ सकता है।
अभी कह रहे हैं और आएगा तो फिर तो महा तबाही मचेगी और कुछ नहीं होगा दिल्ली वालों के साथ। पुराने दिल्ली वालों के साथ ये हो रहा है तो बाहर वालों के साथ क्या होगा?
Well, so this is the word coming in from this gentleman. Actually, he says that the situation keeps on deteriorating moment by moment, and right now the water levels have started to increase. And on the other side, I'll request my camera person, Mr. Arpit Seth, to show you the visuals of the river Yamuna. You can see how aggressively this river is flowing. On regular days, this is not the scene over here. The Yamuna river in the national capital is relatively calmer, but due to the increased levels of water, this is what the people are witnessing in this very area. People, you can see, are on top of their roofs as well. In fact, trying to actually extract as much as possible from their homes. Right now, the authorities have also maintained that full support will be given to these people who are living in the low catchment or the floodplain areas. But like this gentleman said, that no help is being given by them, by the authorities to actually vacate their homes. In fact, they say the people from authorities are present here outside this very location, but no one is actually here to help them with all sorts of struggles which they're facing right now. Because yesterday the level of water was not very high, but now in the last almost 12 hours the water level has increased dramatically over here. And what the authorities are also maintaining is that in case the water levels further increases, they will further go on to help these people who are stuck in the low-lying areas. And in fact, this is not the only area. If we go to the Mayur Vihar area and in fact the other river areas near Yamuna river, you will see the similar sort of situation panning out in each and every area. So now the onus of safety of these people lies in the hands of authority, and more or less these authorities are maintaining that, be it the Delhi government, be it the central government, all of them are maintaining that all possible helps are being given by the government officials to these people living in the low catchment areas. And if we go by the IMD's prediction, they have said that more rains could actually happen in these areas, due to which the water level in fact could further increase. So the situation remains tense, and what the people are saying is that the people have only one thing to say, that they want help from the authorities, because there is only to a certain level they could help each other, but after that point they need help from the officials. See, this gentleman is coming from all the way. Sir, क्या हालत है वहाँ पे? कितनी खराब है हालत?
हालत तो बहुत ज्यादा खराब है सर, पानी अभी बढ़ ही रहा है धीरे धीरे करके।
और कितना पानी भर गया है उस तरफ आपके, अगर उन एरिया उधर की बात करें, क्योंकि यहाँ पे दिख रहा है बहुत विकराल रूप ले लिया है यमुना ने।
वहाँ पे कम से कम 4-5 फुट तो है,
4-5 फुट पानी है। तो आप लोगों के घर खाली हो गए या बचे हैं अभी?
खाली हो गए, खाली हो गए,
पूरे खाली हो गए। तो मतलब किसी तरह का जान का कोई नुकसान नहीं हुआ है, लेकिन माल का नुकसान हो रहा है।
नहीं, जान माल का कुछ नुकसान नहीं है, सब लोगों ने पहले से निकाल लिया अपना सामान, कोई ऐसी दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं है। सब
तो कुछ अथॉरिटी से लोग मदद करने आए, या आप लोगों ने आपस में एक दूसरे की मदद की है?
अथॉरिटी से यह है कि लोगों ने बाहर बीजेपी वालों ने आगे टेंट लगवा दिए हैं, खाने पीने का, चाय का, नाश्ते का रख रखा है,
लेकिन अंदर कोई नहीं आया है।
अंदर कैसे आएंगे? अंदर तो खुद ही हम बाहर निकल रहे हैं, तो अंदर कौन आएगा? लेकिन बाहर की तरफ है, बाहर लोगों ने व्यवस्था कर रखी है, जो नेता लोग हैं वो अपनी कर रहे हैं जो कर सकते हैं।
Well, so this is the word coming in from this localite from here, who is actually right now trying. You just saw how they are taking the bundles of their goods and in fact coming back to the boat to actually just to empty their homes. Now the gentleman also said that on that very side, these shanties, you can see some of them, the construction is very shrill, and so that's why they also fear a collapse also, because we also got you the visuals sometime back where a wall actually collapsed. From this very side. You can see how tough this entire terrain is to actually carry out the evacuation work. So this gentleman says now it's time to actually get back to the other side, because water is increasing, and in fact they're finding it hard to actually accommodate more people and in fact more goods on this very boat. So on one side you can see the visuals of river Yamuna, which has taken a more aggressive turn, and on the other side are the safety nets which have been installed by the authorities over here. They say that yes, people from authorities have come down here to help them. They installed these shelters, makeshift shelters, but nobody actually came inside to help them. And in fact now what they're relying upon is the help of each other.